Airstrikes have again pounded several Syrian towns in rebel-held Idlib province and rural Aleppo. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says regime and Russian jets attacked the town of Khan al-Assal in western Aleppo with cluster bombs. 5 people, including children, were killed in a similar strike on the nearby town of Al-Attareh. The bombardments have resumed just 2 days after the last rebel areas in the city of Aleppo were evacuated. Meanwhile, further south, near the capital Damascus, regime airstrikes have also hit the Barada Valley. At least 9 civilians have been killed. Monitors say regime forces and Hezbollah militias used more than 60 missiles and barrel bombs as part of a new offensive to capture rebel-held villages in the area. Well, TRT World's Francis Collings is in Gaziantep, near Turkey's border with Syria. He says now that the regime's recaptured Aleppo, it has its sights set on Idlib.
It has been known for a while that Idlib and Idlib province are going to be the next main targets of the Syrian regime and also their Russian allies, because, of course, this is an area to the south and the west of Aleppo that is still mainly rebel-held. It also borders the Latakia province, the home province of Bashar al-Assad, the Syrian leader, and it's been a location that, of course, has been the home of many attacks into that area. And don't forget that the Russian main military base is in Latakia as well. So we've been getting reports of airstrikes in Idlib province. It isn't a surprise. Binish, Sarakep and Jussa al-Sugur are the towns we understand that have been hit in these airstrikes over the last few hours, some 8 airstrikes in total. And we are getting reports of casualties. As well as that, there is still a move to clear rebel-held areas to the south and west of Aleppo in the rural Aleppo area. Khan al-Assal and Khreitan, some 15 kilometres from Aleppo city itself, have been targeted in those airstrikes. And likewise, again, these are areas that the Syrian regime needs to retake, wants to retake and clear of all sorts of rebel factions that have been there, of course, for a very long time. But alongside this, there is the humanitarian cost, because some 35,000 people were on the move a few days ago from Aleppo, mainly heading towards Idlib and Idlib province, and they're living in reportedly very dire conditions. There's barely any running water. They don't have a lot of warm clothes. There is open sewage on the ground, we understand. And those that are running the camps in Idlib province just inside the Turkish border are struggling to cope. There is a plan at some stage, it's a vague plan, to move people through Turkey to the north and back into Syria, into a safe zone in the north of Syria that's been set up by Operation Euphrates Shield by the Turkish military, but that will take some time. At the moment, the weather in this region is exceedingly cold. There's snow and ice on the ground, and these people, of course, are the ones that are suffering.